Hey guys, I'm Morthadon, and we are back for Doctor Stone Season 1, Episode 2. So, yeah, rebuilding society after everyone became stone for 3,700 years. Our two main boys here woke up thanks to some bat poop. And now they found the way to free at least birds so far. Will it work on people is yet to be known, but it took them a year to do so, so they're a year older. It was pretty cool seeing that like time skip of getting facial hair and shaving it off and stuff like that. It's always like usually our main characters like don't change in appearance too much. Granted, it didn't last very long. He shaved it off pretty quickly, but it was still pretty cool to see Taiju with a full beard and everything. But yeah, what people do we free now? What characters do we find? I mean, we saw the opening with some of them, so he mentioned that muscle-bound guy, which I figured even before seeing him in the opening, I figured that guy was going to get free since they named him, right? And he's right there with them, so it makes sense that they'd start freeing anyone that looks like they might still be alive in there, kind of thing. I wonder if they're going to do any morbid stuff, like are they going to try to free any like the dead body part or like the body parts? Like what? I don't. Could they test on that? Right? Just like free an arm or something, but then you just have like an arm. I don't know. If you ran out of food, could you eat that? Become a cannibal? That's a fucked up thought, but could you? I don't know. But anyway, I love the idea of rebuilding civilization. It is one of my favorite things that feels like never gets done in post-apocalyptic world. It feels like it's just one disaster after another, and the characters never get a chance to like really rebuild. So if that's Senku's goal here, I am all for it, and I cannot wait to see it. So let's watch this episode, shall we? All right, we're gonna start here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. A little bit of recap. Are those like headphones, or is that like a headband on her head? Did we have Senku's reaction to that? Damn. Do they both only have the cracks on the face, too? Yeah, I didn't talk about that at all in my discussion of last episode, is the fact that he counted the entire time. That's just nuts. A hefty bit of a I guess it's not that bad. We're already there, okay. I like that line. Beating fantasy with science. Alright. Right, that's what I said that last episode. What if they wake someone bad? Okay, yeah. Okay, so the opening, or the sequence we saw at the end of last episode was the opening. Which means we might get an outro this episode. E equals MC squared. We see him when he's younger. I wonder if that means we're gonna get, like, flashbacks? I mean, I imagine we will, right? It's really interesting because we see all these characters, but I don't think we see Yuzuriha. I wonder if it doesn't work, or is she not actually alive in there, you know? I hope she's alive. I like the whole, like, stone breaking apart with the feathers, like, exploding out kind of thing. Alright. King of the Stone World. Oh, we saw that after the credits of last episode, so that was telling us the episode title for the next one, huh? Okay. I talked about that. Okay. Damn. Oh my god! Just poke his eyes out. Oh my god. Oh my god, be careful, buddy! I would be so scared to move her, man. What if you trip? What if, like, she's brittle? Uh-oh. Oh shit. We saw dogs and bats live, right? Shit! A zoo? Yeah. Damn. Oh shit! Oh my god! She's gonna break! Jesus Christ. Hmm. Man. Oh my god! I saw a chip come off! Damn. Whose voice is this? I forgot to look it up last episode. I've most certainly heard this voice, though. Ah. Pacifist. He has never passed a fist. Ah, that's why they released the buff guy, okay. That could be some food for them, though. Eat some lions. Alright, I mean, we see him in the opening, so I'm sure it works, but we're about to find out. Release the jacked guy. Can't believe this guy's a high schooler. Anime always amazes me. Oh shit. Okay. This guy's about to beat some lion ass. Completely naked. Jeez. He's just punching lions. Oh, he has cracks on his body. So far, we've only seen them on the face. Damn. Okay. Jacked guy. I was worried he was going to be mean, but he seems nice. Brains, bronze, and brute force. An evil bureaucrat. Oh. Oh my god. Oh shit, is it dead? He's quick on the uptake. Shishio? Is that the name? Wow, he killed it in a single punch? If anything, make it like a... use its fur for clothing or something. This guy. He's so loud. So people were okay with Taiju, but not Asta from Black Clover? Alright. Make every use of it. Is that the lion's mane that he has on right now? Already? Something or other acid. Shishio. Tsukasa. I mean, names still matter. You can't just reference, like, hey, you, when there's two people there, right? I guess full names don't matter as much. Do some hunting, now that they have muscle, maybe? His voice, I feel like, doesn't really match his appearance. Also, his voice is extremely familiar, too. I've watched so much anime that probably all these voice actors... Oh my god! He just jacked a bird out of the sky. It's fucking Aquaman over here. Jeez. Lighten their load a little bit. Jesus! I guess they can turn it into jerky and stuff, so that way they can preserve it. Yeah. Smoked jerky. Preserved food. Yep, yep. Oh, I was kind of wanting to do the same thing. Jesus! That's like not normal strength. It's, oh shit. How did he know? Damn. Electricity? Maybe? Smartphones. Oh, okay. So it's sooner than that. Okay. Not electricity then. Calcium carbonate? Me too, buddy. Huh. So is there absolutely no structures left? There's gotta be, like, bunkers. No, I don't know. 3,700 years is a long time. Okay. Look at him go. Alright, hit me up with the science, baby. Okay. Upgrade soil. Cool. Really? Okay. Nice. Look at that. A little button. Alright. Dr. Stone! Wasn't the show actually named after that? their little rock. Hmm. He doesn't trust him, huh? Hmm. Is it possible he doesn't want that? Like someone like him might not fit in a modern civilization. Muscle bound, good at hunting. Not that muscular people that hunt can't live in society, but just cut from laughing to snoring. What are you up to, Shishio? Ooh, is he making a crossbow? Is that what that is? I don't know, maybe it wasn't. Dude, he looks badass with that outfit. Hmm. Jesus. Stealing shells. Is that him, I'm guessing? Oh, okay, well. Guess that guy's not coming back. I mean, we don't know whose hearts are tainted, right? Hmm. Goddamn. How do you know if they're pure-hearted? Like, some youth can be bad too, right? Okay. Oh. Every single person. Alright. That guy's missing an arm, though, isn't he? I guess you can live if you're missing an arm, right? Just wake him up later. Alright, the outro. So we got to learn a little bit of what Shishio is like. I'm glad he's like... He's muscular, but he's also thinking a lot more than Taiju is. Like, I like Taiju, but Taiju is like the classic meathead, right? And I was worried Shishio was gonna be similar. Ooh, I like the song. Oh, this is cool. It's like actual footage with just like a filter over it. There's a lot of rocket imagery. There was rocket imagery in the last episode too. I don't know if it's in the opening or if it was just in last episode. Wonder if it has to do with anything. Cool. Little town there set up. Alrighty, that is it, guys, for episode 2. Yeah, that was good. I really liked it because, once again, it wasn't one of those that, like, I've been wanting technology to move forward at a slightly slower pace than last episode. I mean, don't get me wrong, last episode was fine, but this episode we, established hunting, established that lions exist, so creatures that were in like zoos and stuff that aren't normally living in Japan, right, could be in Japan now, 3,700 years later, due to them being in zoos at one point and then just procreating and existing for this long. So, they ended up freeing Shishio Tsukasa, who is, jack dude. I don't know, like, he was able to break stones and stuff with his fist, so is that just anime thing? Or, like, is that just anime strength? Or is he actually, like, is there something enhanced about him, right? Like, they didn't seem to bat an eye, but he, like, broke a stone in half and killed a lion with just, like, a single punch. So, I don't know. I really don't. But same with, like, he even, like, punched off someone's head with a punch, too. Like, normally a punch can't just do that. Although, I don't know how brittle they are as stone. But yeah. I like how the show is called Dr. Stone. And, I mean, I guess, like, there's multiple ways to take that, right? There's the way you can take it where the whole world is stone and they're trying to cure people from that kind of thing. So, and it also seems like they don't have, like, I like that they don't have unlimited supply of the chemical to release people. So it's not like they can just go around and release everyone in the world right away, right? They need the nitric acid as well as mixing it with the alcohol to make their nitol or however they do it. So it's not something where they can just go wake up everyone. So they had to be selective. Like here, they woke up Shishio, and now they have to wait till they have more to wake up Yuzuriha. So, that's interesting. But back to the Dr. Stone thing. You could look at the show's name as being like Dr. Stone, as in like curing people from the stone overall. But I also like how this episode, they're just like, this stone will keep us safe. Like this soap stone that they had, safe from germs. It's our Dr. Stone. And I like how they just said the name of the show so casually. And I just like the silliness of the idea that the show is named after just a little soapstone. The whole show. But anyway, learning more about Shishio, like I said, he's not just a musclehead. He is like thinking, like kind of like what I was saying. He does. I think there is. I mean, he doesn't like adults, right? That's the thing. He doesn't like the oppressive society that humanity had built. And if you release everyone, eventually the older generation is going to be like, this is the property that I paid for, get off it. These are, pay taxes, and this whole infrastructure of our society, which is, if you really think about it, I agree with Shishio a little bit. Maybe not killing everyone. I don't know if that's the right answer, right? But, especially because you don't know who's good and bad too. Like there are some good adults, Not all adults are bad the way that he's saying. Just as not all kids are good. So how are you going to know which kids are good versus which ones are bad before waking them up? So, but I do agree that like there are, I don't want to get too into it, but there are like a lot of parts of our society that I feel like are just very poorly designed, and they worked way back when, but I feel like with our technological advancements we could do better with some things. But like I said, I don't want to get too like not really political, but just too much into that. Anyway, but yeah, they collected carbonate. What was the first part? I can't remember the first part, but they were able to use it to make mortar mixed with sand, which is cool. So they're able to, make like sort of like cement houses and stuff like that, reinforce their houses. They like painted it on the walls to reinforce it a bit, which is really cool. They can make like furnaces and stuff like that. So we get that level of technology going, especially once they get like furnaces going. They might actually be able to start getting like metals and stuff like that and melting them down in a furnace kind of thing, and actually make some they mentioned steel this episode, so they're probably getting closer to that. I like how like a Taiju is just like, smartphones, that's what we need. It's like, who are you gonna call? Who are you gonna talk to? There's no internet, there's no there's no cell towers anymore. I do wonder if there's any structures left. Like, we did see like a partial bridge at one point, but I don't know if that fully collapsed. I mean, we saw it collapse, but like the edges were still there and like covered over. So like, I don't know. I wonder if there are any like buildings left. I mean, 3,700 years is a long time. Like that would cause some like serious erosion and stuff like that to just make buildings fall and everything. But is it enough years for like everything to be non-existent? I don't know. But I guess I'll be interested to see if they do end up like exploring and finding different areas of the world, because I'd like to see like different like overgrown landscapes if there are any left. But I mean, maybe it is all just forests and stuff these days. But I like the idea of rebuilding everything from scratch too. So if that's the way it is, then that's fine by me as well. Like, I don't want them to find too much, right? Like, I don't want them to find like things that like speed up their speed run of this technology. I don't want them to be like, oh, we found a generator and now we have electricity because we can like make gasoline or something kind of thing. I want to like see how they like develop up to that on their own. But it's definitely, I absolutely love the concept of the show, just this rebuilding everything. And I love that they're, now I don't know enough about science to know if what they're teaching us is true. I don't know if you can break down seashells like that to get that carbonate stuff. I don't know if, the aspects of seaweed can be turned into soap like they did. I really don't know. I do know about like smoking the meat to turn it into like jerky in order to, essentially jerky, right? In order to preserve it. But if like the science and everything matches up in this show too, that's really cool because you're kind of learning something too. It honestly, stuff like this always makes me like wish I could be that smart, as smart as Senku and everything, because like if there was ever an apocalypse, I'd love to be able to like survive like this, and like rebuild things, but I'm just too stupid and my memory isn't good enough. By the time I learn like half the things they do in this show, I start forgetting the first bit as I'm learning like new stuff. It's like I only have so much room in my mind for that kind of thing. But yeah, what else did we have this episode? Like, I feel like I'm missing stuff. We had the soap. They're gonna be able to like enhance the like fertilizing the land a bit more and everything. That was a lot of the episode. I don't know how Shishio also knew that person was under the stone and freed her, but I wonder if they can see, right? Do they like know what's happening on the outside? I guess they had to explain it to Shishio, right? Even though they're like right in front of him, he had to say there's like lions in front of you kind of thing. Like, it's not something that he would have seen while he was still stoned. I'm just wondering if that girl knows that Shishio like saved him kind of thing. But yeah, I mean, I guess most of the episode was just freeing Shishio and all that. I absolutely loved the episode. I had a lot of fun with it. We had like the lions and everything, which was obviously interesting not being humans not being the top of the food chain. We don't have just guns where we can just shoot them and easy peasy lemon squeezy kind of thing, right? So, uh, but yeah, I definitely. I probably would not have carried Yuzuriha the way that he did. I mean, it seemed like it worked out okay, but man, I would be so terrified that I would break a leg off or break something, and if she survived this long to just have like some dude just come grab you and drag you away and break you, like fuck man, I'd be pissed. um but yeah, for like that one dude that's missing an arm, I wonder if they could revive him, and then he'd obviously be missing an arm, and that'd be fucked up. But maybe you wait until you develop technology enough to be like what's it called, to be able to handle that kind of situation, to have like the medicine, and maybe they release a doctor that would know how to deal with that situation, kind of thing, right? But yeah, I also like how all these different people are bringing things to the table. I mean, right now, Senku is definitely carrying a lot of the weight. Shishio, with his hunting and, defending them from the wild animals, is definitely helpful, don't get me wrong. But Senku is definitely, like, carrying a lot of the burden. I imagine this is going to be something like, if you think of the show The Flash, where we have, like, in the beginning, it's mainly, like, him doing a lot of the heavy lifting, the Flash himself, but the more characters they bring on the show, the more the roles the Flash used to do get, sent off to other people. Like, he used to be, like, one of the ones that would do, like, a lot of the science stuff and come up with the plans, but then, he gets, like, a scientist in there that does that for him, right? And then the main character doesn't do as much anymore. I imagine that's going to be somewhat of the case, like, already we had Senku doing a lot of the food stuff, not collecting it, but a lot of the like cooking and stuff like that, and now like Shishio might be doing it. Like they said they were going to do it together, so it alleviates a little of the burden on Senku. I imagine as we release more people, they're going to have their own jobs, which is just going to alleviate a little bit more on what our people have to do. Although the demand for things like food and stuff like that is going to go up the more people you release. So um that's also why they're getting the farms, like getting the land ready to farm and everything too, so that way you can have stuff like that, like expand your population and have the means to support it. I'm sure Senku's thought of all that. So, but yeah, I imagine like I bet the first half of season one, at the very least, is gonna be like getting a lot of the main characters and getting to know them a little bit. Like next episode they might release another person and we might get to know them a bit more, kind of thing. I'm curious, and like as the show goes on, it's very easy to bring more characters in, especially since like being trapped in stone seems to halt your aging. So it's like really really interesting aspect that we can just pull in characters that they might know. Hell, they could be adults by the time they release some people that they still knew as kids, right? But yeah, certainly interesting. Going back to the whole thing of like everyone turning to stone, one of the things like he wasn't really talking about it. He was more talking about like rent and taxes and stuff like that. But at one point he mentioned like the seashells, the ocean, and the land don't belong to anybody, kind of thing. It kind of also made me think about like our whole thing about our planet being like nearly at the point of no return for climate change and everything that's going on in our world at the moment. I wonder if it's going to have anything to do with that. Like, did this initial wave go out because they knew the planet was like dying or something? Is going to be like a Parasite, the Maxim? I just finished that show. Actually, that's what this show replaced, right? Parasite, the Maxim. Where in that show they did a lot of talking about overpopulation and the planet like dying because of us and pollution and stuff. Is it possible that whoever turned us to stone was like worried about the planet and wanted to let the planet recover while still keeping humanity intact, kind of thing? So that way 3,700 years later the earth has probably recovered a bit from all those greenhouse gases and all that bullshit that's going on, and now we can maybe live a long time again, kind of thing. I don't know. It's certainly an interest. I'm really looking forward to learn. Who knows how long it's going to be? I mean, I know there's 3 seasons out right now. Actually, I think there's a season that's airing right now. As I'm starting this, I think season 3 is still going on, but I think it might be almost over. I think I saw like episode 19 or something is out. But yeah, so like I don't know if that's going to be like the end of the show is when we learn what happened, or is it like we learn what happened and then we move on from there? A lot of questions, but I look forward to watching more and getting some of those answers. It's a fascinating show so far. I'm freaking in love because I've said it a million times, I love rebuilding civilization stuff. It's so cool. It reminds me of like survival games where you start with like a little like thatch hut or whatever. You eventually move to a wooden hut. You eventually get to stone and different materials, and you eventually get like metals and stuff like that, and you like get your tools to scale up, like Minecraft kind of stuff too. Like eventually you can dig down and find all kinds of different materials and process them and stuff like that. It's like I love that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's going to be it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button. Check out my Patreon if you want to see more from me. You can see 2 episodes ahead of time through the early access tier. You can see shows that aren't even released yet through the Patreon show tier. Things like Better Call Saul, I have finished on there, and the first episodes will start releasing onto YouTube, but it'll be a long time before the whole show is out. So you can catch all of that right now on my Patreon and whatever's replaced it, which I think might be Last of Us, which is another Apocalypse World show. And then also for anime on there, I have Simpo Gear, which I'm watching at the moment, 4 seasons in. So that'll be finishing up in another season, and then I'll be starting something new too. So check that out. Thank you guys so much. Links in the description or popping up on the screen, and I will see you guys in my future reactions. Bye-bye.